The first 90 days are the most critical in a new role, and I really wanted to ensure that I was very focused in terms of prioritization in that time. And I knew that having a coach as a partner in that time would be, it would make a big difference in the long run. And some of the benefits were, identifying the key areas that I really wanted to focus on. What were the key relationships that I needed to focus on? Just going through the structure of the 90-day, having that framework to work from was really, really helpful. That on my own, I probably wouldn't have put together as much of a focus. Meeting with everybody individually beforehand to build those relationships and then understand the history of the company so I could start sort of running as opposed to starting on a slower pace. One of the first things my coach had said was, set up a few minutes with everybody before you start, just to learn a bit about them before you begin the role, because when you start a role, you're straight into work. And that really had a significant impact, just starting those relationships with people before the role started. It really helped to be more effective, because then people sort of saw you as somebody who cared about them. It wasn't just about, the work. One thing that I had identified at the end of my prior role was I hadn't spent as much time as I should have, or I would have wanted to, in building relationships with our investors. Working with my coach in my second role, from the outset, it was something that I really focused on. And my coach helped me to focus on actually setting out that time on a bi-weekly basis to meet with them, to really foster that relationship from the beginning so that it became the norm. I think that was one big change. The key result is just more trust, more transparency. So there's now a trust there where I feel comfortable. I don't feel that I'm being judged all the time. Because there's frequent communication, there's less surprises. A lot of transparency, I feel, which is beneficial at the end of the day for the company and for the business, that there's no surprises. So with coaching, we went through some, presentations for the board, and that was really, really helpful on getting that feedback. In the coaching sessions, we would go through how to be succinct, how to be clear, ending a sentence like the news reporter, as opposed to with an intonation at the end of it that I was used to doing, as in maybe it was in being European. Actually, let's simplify this, let's be crisp and clear, and just having somebody else to give feedback and ask questions who had been there before. For me, that was key to CFO coaching, was someone who had been in the role before, that I couldn't get with another executive coach. And that was, it was really life-changing, I think, for me.